Everybody,
Hi, everyone.
Mr. and Mrs. Traveler here.
ElleKosGlam at home.
Happy Saturday, everybody. We hope that everybody's weekend is going awesome and that you're having a great time with you and your family as we get one day closer to getting back on that cruise.
Yes, we are so glad that you made it. Make sure you give us a thumbs up for our hard work. We've been going live every day this week, and we have one more day to go live. We've been going live with breaking news. We appreciate each and every one of you stopping your Saturday to hang out with us and find out what's going on in the travel business. And also make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you're new, welcome. Please comment below and let us know if you're new or not. That way we can go ahead and give you a warm welcome. And if you're interested in traveling, everybody doing a lot of land travel right now, make sure you call 1-877-697-4470, or we could be reached at www.mrjazztraveler.com.
Mr. Dash Traveler.
Yes.
Dash in there. All right. Welcome, everybody. I'd like to say hello to a few people. Hello, Life with Tony. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us today. She has a great series on some living healthy lifestyles. We would love that.
It's Auntie Gladys on too.
Auntie
Hi,
Gladys,
Auntie
hello. Malcolm, you know you gotta be from Detroit with the what up, doe.
Yes, what up, though?
Hello, Angela. Our first time was Donald Moore today. Hello, Cruise Addicts. Rochelle, Mr. Warren.
Electric Ninja called me my real name. Hello, Electric Ninja.
Oh, that's Jeremiah. That's our little nephew.
That's my nephew. Hi. How you doing? I miss you. I want you down here with me for Thanksgiving.
All right, everybody. So let's get into talking about a few things that are going on. You know, we're trying to keep you guys updated with everything that's going on.
Before we do that, we've been hanging out at Animal Kingdom all day. That's why my face look a little bit oily, because we've been at the parks all day, and then we decided to spend a lot of time this weekend together. We were at Epcot yesterday, and it's a little rainy here. If anybody asks how's the weather, because I could see somebody asking how's the weather here, it's a little rainy.
Yeah, it's a front coming through this way and blowing a bunch of rain this way, and our normally sunny Florida is not sunny right now.
And thank everybody for sneaking on at work. We see you comment that you at work. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, so, and I saw, who was that going? Somebody told me they were going to...
On my way to Cancun. Travel Jet Setter 87.
Yeah, I knew I saw that somewhere in there. And Sherry, Awesome Sunset Travel, hello. And
Yep.
all right, so welcome, everybody.
All right.
Let's talk about a few things that's going on.
Let's spill the tea.
So, first of all, let me give you all our take on everything with Disney World. And I know we talked a little bit about Epcot. So we went to Epcot, and today we went to Animal Kingdom. Really, we're doing this for a couple reasons. First of all, we miss it.
Yes.
We kind of miss the atmosphere. But we want to see what it's really like so we can tell you guys, to give you guys, some options, because right now we're set to go sailing November 1st, but
Knock on wood.
Oh,
Knock on pup.
I forgot about him.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, so, but anyway, so, and, I'll let you go. How has your impression been of the Disney World parks so far, the last couple of days we've been?
It's been different. It's totally different than it was when you visited the last time before all the pandemic happened. But it's easy to get used to. Now, I'm not going to say it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy to wear your mask all day in the heat, but since it's been around 85, 82 degrees here, it hasn't been bad at the parks. It's not really miserable wearing the mask all day, but when it slipped down, somebody come up to you and say, hey, your mask is down. Your nose is showing. That's exactly what happened to me today. My mask fell a little bit, and the guy came up to me and was like, pull your mask up.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, I forgot. It's a little different with people watching you all the time, and you have to keep that social distance. You have to keep your 6 feet on the rides. But other than that, once you get past that, you can have some real fun at the parks. And I think it's got to be 100. It's not 100% capacity yet.
No, not.
You have to make a reservation.
Not
Okay.
a long shot. So, and that's the nice part about this is that there are really no crowds there. It's very light crowds because of this. But in a way, you know, like I was telling Miss Traveler today, to me, it's not very sustainable. The way things are going right now, they have like none of the transit buses in the parking lots operating.
Right.
None of the trams are operating there. A lot of the boats aren't operating between some of the resorts and things like that. So they really trimmed down a lot of the things that they're doing. One thing though was I have never, ever seen in Disney World. I saw today as we were leaving Animal Kingdom, and you're doing the walkway back out to the parking lot. It was maybe about 5 trash cans every 200-300 feet or so. There was a trash can on your way out the parking lot. They were all busting at the seams and trash on the ground and everything.
It was garbage everywhere.
And like Mickey Mouse usually does not play that
before. It was garbage in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was like they're short staffed, and of course we did the video on the last video. If you want to go back, the layoffs has happened. There's been 28,000 people who were laid off. Well, 6,700 of the people is at Disney World, and you can tell it was garbage in the parking lot. I had never seen that at Disney, so that was the first. Unfortunately. On
a side note, like I told you yesterday, guys, if you guys ever come down here, you got to go to Olivia's in the old Key West Resort.
Yes.
Make a reservation. That is the best prime rib I've ever had.
We recommend it. It was so yummy.
Why
do you say that, Mr.
The reason why I said that is because we had eggs and prime rib for breakfast this morning.
We had the leftovers.
And prime rib is good when you can just dice it up and throw it in the pan and it's still good and tender the next day. Oh my God, it was so good.
It was delicious.
If
you ever you want to check out Disney Springs or you want to check out the parks, stop at Olivia's. It's affordable and the food is seasoned really good. I was really surprised. It's not like the cruise ships where no seasoning and they only cook for the kids.
It was
on the cruise ship. It was off the hook. And the service was even better. Our server was Donna. Thank you so much, Donna, for serving us. And no, this is not sponsored, but we don't mind being sponsored by Mickey. Somebody asked what our shirts look like.
Oh. Let's see. Can we see?
All right. Here's our shirts. This queen. Her king.
Hakuna Matata, everybody. Hakuna Matata.
And I have my leopard shorts on to match. All right. These are from Viva Boutique.
So,
we have to keep it lit with our shirts. All week we've been matching. So thumbs up if you like our matching t-shirts all week. We keep it lit. I love fashion, so Mr. Travel's like, yeah, okay, I'll put it on, but me, I love it.
So, but yeah, but overall, it was still a really good experience. They're working
different.
They're working very hard to bring things to us. Some of the things are not there, like the Lion King show was not there right now because they're not doing the shows.
Where we get the shirts from?
From Animal Kingdom.
You can pick these shirts right up at Animal Kingdom when you go.
Yep.
I think they were about $20 a piece.
Yeah, something like that. But it was still a very good experience, and I hope to get back there. And I saw like some of the people that were working. They still had some of the handicapped people working there, which Disney World helps out a lot of people like that.
A lot of
so they were still there. I was glad to see that.
They didn't lay off the handicapped people. They were there in full effect, and they were so nice, so gentle, and it was just a pleasure today getting that Disney experience. It's very magical going there, but like I said, it was a little different with the parking lot and the garbage, and then the trams wasn't working either. When you go to Animal Kingdom or you go to the parks, make sure you park close because the trams are not working. I think they want to save on the gas.
Well, I was walking off that prime rib, so I was good.
We didn't mind walking.
Okay, so we got a few other things to talk about, and I'm going to save like the best for last with the Bahama restrictions. So this first story that I'm going to talk about, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because anytime that you sit there and try to fool with the government, more than likely you're not going nowhere. But ASTA, ASTA, which I think is the American Society Travel Agent Society. Is that what is it? It's the American Society of Travel Agents, something like that.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so they are considering and looking into doing a lawsuit against the U.S. government for the no sale order, the continued extensions. It's
the American Society of Travel Advisors. That's the proper name for it.
So listen, I don't think they're going to. I really don't think it's going to go anywhere. Anyway, anytime you try to fool with the government, it usually doesn't end very well. But an argument, I guess, could be made for doing a lawsuit that would tell them, in the lawsuit, hey, listen, we're trying to self-govern ourselves here with our business. Here's the dramatic effects that we're trying to take for our companies, and the U.S. government is putting up a blockade to us, becoming financially stable once again with these no sale orders. So, I guess I could potentially see something like that. I don't see any kind of monetary compensation or anything like that. Maybe just another form of them putting the heat on the U.S. government to stay out of our business when it comes to the cruise lines, because, again, the cruise lines are really, really working hard to get back to traveling safely. The meeting with the White House that was supposed to take place with the cruise line industry leaders was, in fact, canceled Friday, which is just not really great news for us, because now we're still in limbo land even more here on what's going to happen. But, Carnival did do the cancellations for everything except for the cruises out of Port Canaveral and Miami for the remainder of 2020. So that means there's going to be cruises for Carnival November 1st. There's going to be cruises for Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean has not canceled anything else since the last cancellations that they made. And same thing with Norwegian. So November 1st, potentially right now, many cruise lines, those are just the big three I'm mentioning, many cruise lines have the potential of going out on some kind of a cruise once this CLIA ban is over and once the CDC's new no sale order expires on Halloween. So we'll see what happens with that, and I'm going to kind of morph back into that at the end of our video here when we talk about this with the other things. But maybe we'll get them to butt out of our business just a little bit, but we'll see.
And this particular ASTA threatened a lawsuit over the CDC cruise ban. It has to do with the airlines, the hotels, rental cars, companies, and theme parks. So this is all together. They coincide in everything together, and cruises. This has to do with everything in the middle of this lawsuit. I hope it don't get ugly.
Yeah, and I want to know, so the next little piece of information I want to give you guys here will really speak volumes to how serious this is if these cruise lines do not get back to sailing. So on October 8th, coming up next week, Carnival Corporation has a conference call with some business analysts to discuss the future of the company and basically go over its finances. On September 15th, the Carnival Corporation filed a projected adjusted net loss of $1.7 billion with a B dollars.
That's how much
net
they
loss.
That's the amount of the net loss for Carnival.
And
that's billions with a B.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
And kind of old news, but this is the same time that they said that they were going to scrap at least 10 more ships within the Carnival Corporation fleet. So that's just not Carnival. That's the cost and all the other lines that go along with it. So just take that into consideration. $1.7 billion.
And plus 10 more ships is leaving. That'll make a total of 18 ships that Carnival is getting rid of. Correct?
Yeah. And let me tell you something, guys. And I'm trying not to get upset again, but it's total garbage that these airlines have gotten bailed out. They haven't
lost not one air flight.
A bunch of these government bailouts, and the CDC or the government is not saying a word about the airline industry, not affecting them at all in any way.
They haven't lost anything. The airlines is actually gaining, and they haven't sold not one plane.
Yeah, listen, don't get me wrong. They're still hurting because people aren't traveling as much.
Right.
But they're also not being hurt by government intervention.
That's true.
And so that's kind of my point. I think, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people that are really, really upset.
Absolutely.
With the CDC putting their nose in it. And they really had no business extending this cruise line, the CDC no sale order, until October. They had no business doing that.
Comment below and let us know what you think about all of this, all these facts that's going on that we're giving you. We hope you appreciate it, and make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Everybody who's new, thank you so much. It's Mr. and Miss Traveler. I'm ElleKosGlam, and we present the news to you, and we go live on the weekends usually, but we've been going live every day just to make sure we give you the news. So I have to sneak that in there because we have a lot of new subscribers. Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. And so Valerie Hughes said, it's so sad how this virus hurts the economy. I wish everyone the best and stay safe.
Absolutely.
And what's even worse about this is that future stimulus packages are not going anywhere due to the stall out in the government. The unemployment benefits are being severely reduced in Florida, where a lion's share of the cruise line industry is located. So they are really, really, really getting hurt down here. So it's really time, and I think kind of hence what the ASTA is saying with their potential lawsuit. It's just like, okay, enough is enough. And yes, absolutely, guys, this is a serious matter. Of course it is.
Yeah.
But we can do this, and we can do it safely, because we just cannot live within our
keep going like this.
Live within our four walls for the rest of our lives.
That's
true. We got to get out there.
If you love the cruise and you are a traveler like we are really hurting right now, because we usually travel everywhere, but you have to be an avid traveler to know what's going on right now. That's why we give you the facts. Everybody who tuned in is just ready to go. We want to go somewhere. We've been closed in for almost 7 months now. It's been a long time. The pandemic has been going on. I think it's almost time to go.
All right. So, what's that one? Oh, okay. Yep. And so let's get to the part I think is really interesting on here. And again, I'm really it's like limbo land with these cruise lines, because I'm really kind of shocked that nobody has canceled any cruises November 1st, by it being October, was it the 2nd or 3rd now?
Yeah.
I mean, literally less than a month away from potentially cruising, and they haven't canceled anything else. So super limbo land here on whether or not we're going to cruise. But to add to your to the drama of all this,
Yeah.
I want to tell you about what's going on with the Bahamas right now. So they have some really, really strict guidelines when it comes to traveling to the Bahamas. I'm going to try to get this all together because it really is extensive at this point. So right now, you have to get a COVID-19 test. And I'm reading this because I don't want to miss a point. It's a lot to it.
Okay.
You have to have a COVID-19 test. Once you have once you have a negative COVID-19 test, you have to go onto the website and apply for a special visa to go to the Bahamas, and you have to upload your negative COVID-19 test to the visa. So then it takes them a little bit of time to process it and say, okay, you're good to go. So then, let's see. Then when you get there, you have to take another test.
Test 2.
Okay. Then when you get there, you have to quarantine in your hotel for 14 days.
14 whole days.
While you're in the Bahamas, which is, I mean, it's not a bad place to be quarantined, but
okay. How can you enjoy it if you quarantine?
Yeah. So October the 15th is the date for the reopening of the Bahamas, and these are all the hurdles that you're going to have to jump through. However, and here's where the interesting part comes. Beginning November 1st, this requirement will be removed, the quarantine part.
November 1st.
So walk with me here. If you go on a ship, we already know we're 100% sure that if you go on a cruise, you're going to have a negative COVID test.
You have to show proof of that. That's the first thing.
Right.
Then
Well, no, well, I mean that's it. Since they don't have the quarantine portion of the travel requirements anymore,
Okay.
potentially now cruise ship passengers coming in with negative COVID tests and on approved cruise line shore excursions could be admitted into the Bahamas starting November 1st.
November 1st.
Coincidence?
I don't think that's coincidence. I think that's planned.
Because if you look at a lot of these cruises that are scheduled for the beginning of November,
November
a lot of
1st.
them go to Nassau.
Yes.
There's quite a few that go into Nassau.
So before November 1st, you have to have one test, which is
Before you even go here, you have to have the test.
you have to have the test
Upload
here.
to get a visa.
Upload to get a visa.
Go there.
14 days.
You go there, you get a test.
No, you get a test when you get there,
Yeah.
and then 14 days
Then
quarantine.
14 days quarantine
That's 4 things.
in the hotel.
That's 4 things you have to do.
So now all that goes away right now. All that goes away November 1st, which coincides with the
Cruising.
no sale order expiring.
So do you guys think we're going to cruise November 1st? I do.
So did that just add to your drama list or what?
That is a lot of drama with the Bahamas. I don't know why the Bahamas is putting on all these restrictions and everybody go
Well-
there. It's the main stop for everybody besides Mexico. But now you have to do 4 things before you get there. And I guess they want to kind of cover themselves. But November 1st, all that's going.
Yeah, they don't want to have a crazy outbreak on their island because, I mean, they're on an island. I mean, that could be devastating potentially.
Absolutely.
But these islands are having a lot of problems.
They are. Especially somebody mentioned the private islands, especially. It's $1 million a day for the upkeep because they have staff there. The staff have to eat. They housing there. People who live in the private islands have to take care of the private islands. They have to be paid to be there. They have to eat. They have to have their, condiments and everything. It's a fee for them to stay there. Why are we not selling?
Terrell Cockerman, yes, that's exactly the test I was referring to. You have to have the rapid antigen test done.
Thank you so much, Terrell.
Yeah, so
Thank you so much.
that's the one that you have to have done.
The rapid antigen
and they
test,
build
yes.
they build the price of that into the visa application.
Right. Thank you, Terrell.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terrell. That really saved us.
So, but the islands are going through. I mean, listen, they haven't had any tourists there since March. And there's, they're having a lot of upticks on crime, as you can imagine. I mean, there's people just not working.
Right.
Like I said, when we went to Cancun, we saw some of that stuff firsthand.
We did.
And you can definitely feel the effects. And I felt very bad for the guy. And I'm like, we need to get back to doing this. And the cruise lines are working so hard trying to make this thing go off.
Without a hitch.
Without a hitch, yeah, absolutely. And all these roadblocks from the United States government. I'm over it, guys. I'm over it. But so here we are. And we got the Bahamas potentially reopening November 1st without the quarantining.
Yep.
And that coincides with our no sale order expiring. So
I want to say hi to Jerry Alexander. I DM'd him. He just lost his mother. He hit me up and asked me how am I dealing with that. It takes time. So thank you so much for coming on, Jerry. We appreciate you, and your mother will want you to cruise. That's right.
Hey, Yvette, welcome, new subscriber.
Hi, Yvette.
Welcome
Thank
to the family.
you so much. Welcome, Jacksonville. You are our neighbor.
Yep, Cruise Talk says 30 countries in the Caribbean are negatively impacted by the no sale order.
That's a lot.
Absolutely, guys.
That's a lot. Everybody is not like the Caymans, where the Caymans is sustainable, and Barbados, they don't really need cruise ships there. But the other ones, Dominica, St. Lucia, all the small Virgin Islands, they need us.
Yeah.
They need us. Some people still living off the land. They need us to come there to help them. So I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. We'll make sure we keep you posted as we follow the news and what's going on. And thank you so much for watching today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so when I saw this news about the Bahamas, I was like, oh boy, this just added to my anxiety about this whole
Yes.
about this whole situation.
They sticking us with 4 things to do before we come there, but starting November 1st, it's gonna be a wrap.
Well, here it is. I mean, really, you have all these things on one side of the equation. This is my accounting coming out, right? You have all these things on this one side of the
He's
equation.
such a numbers guy.
You have cruise lines working to do things safely. Mm-hmm. You have passengers that are willing and wanting to go, and they've voiced that to the CDC. Mm-hmm. You got the Bahamas. They're quarantining going away at the same time as the no-sail order expires. So you've got all these things on the one side of the equation that equal we're going back cruising.
Yes.
And then you got this one unknown variable over here
No-sail order
called the CDC.
Yes.
Because quite honestly, what's to stop them October 30th
from
extending it again? That guy wanted to go to February.
If they extend the date again, this can get really messy.
Yeah.
Really quick.
So, so here we go. I really hope that we're going to do it. I think that we will. Mm-hmm. That's just our opinion. I think that we're going to see some return to cruising, maybe in November. It's gonna be
very interesting.
It's gonna be interesting, and the only reason that changed my mind because when this first came out, and the CDC said they were going to October 31st, I was just like, well, that's a wrap. We're done for 2020. But when Carnival came out and canceled everything but those couple of ports. Mm-hmm. It's a move that says we're going November 1st.
That's true.
And I'm sorry, you were going to say something?
I was going to say somebody asked how much is a COVID test. It's free. In some places, you can just go ahead and Google COVID test, rapid test, and you can drive through at some places in your state. I know here in Florida, we have drive-through areas everywhere where it's free, but you probably want to check the state you're in to make sure that it's available where you are.
Yeah.
That was Whitney Crawford. Thank you so much for the question.
So, I think... and those are the things that they're going to have to really push very quickly when we get back to cruising. They're going to have to push that very quickly. Like, here's what you need. And then they're going to have to kind of make that list available of where these are at in your state where you can get this done within their time frames. Because like the cruise line, they'll probably want them 2 to 3 days before you get on that cruise ship. You're going to have that paper, so the timing on it's going to be critical. So
like what Tony asked, so do you have to have 2 negative tests to get on a cruise ship?
Well, we don't know because that
Bahamas would be different. It'll be kind of weird with Bahamas.
The Bahamas is a negative COVID test at home, and then as our friend here said earlier, I forgot the gentleman's name. It's an antigen test that you get once you get to the Bahamas.
Terrell.
So there's Terrell. Mm-hmm. Yep. So there's 2 tests there. For the cruise ships, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know what they're going to come up with yet. I wouldn't be opposed to that if you did one. If you did one before you left and then you did one before boarding the ship, I would not necessarily be opposed to that. Right. I guess my only concern with that would be. Like we saw on the TUI cruises the other day where we had the false positives. Mm-hmm. Because...
Are they really dependable?
If I get down to that cruise ship and I got a negative test and you tell me I'm positive and it's a false positive and that ship leaves without me.
Stacy said I'm over it and Susie said I'll wait till 2021.
Yeah, I mean, blame you. Some people for their own peace of mind are just like, you know what, I'm done with it till 2021. Right. But we have a lot of skin in the game. What's that? You gave me some numbers earlier about how many travel professionals and stuff like that were affected by it or out of business.
6,700.
And what was the stipulation on that? What was that for?
That was
the Astor, right?
Yep. We got to pull our facts out, everybody. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. If you're just logging on, thank you so much. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for all the comments. We appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to start doing a little bit more filming lately because there's a lot of cruise information going on. So we want to make sure you have everything you need before you cruise. Again.
So the ASTA that
There you go. The
said that in addition to the possible lawsuit, they urged the U.S. government to pass the coronavirus relief bill. So they're putting the pressure on them for this relief bill.
Yes.
Because they stated that 73% of its members would be out of business within 6 months without additional federal aid.
That's 73% of people would not be in business without federal aid.
Yep.
Yes, 73%. That's a lot.
Okay. Oh, good. So here's some breaking news from Yvette. I like this.
Within 6 months.
Yvette Merces. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name
Hi,
wrong,
Yvette.
Yvette. We'll just stay with Yvette. Yvette says we're booked for. Matter of fact, I'm going to drag this one up here. Let's put this one up here.
Okay.
Yvette said that we're booked for November 8th, Carnival Breeze. Per Carnival, we were told we will be testing at the port.
Oh.
Very good. I like it.
Thank you so much, Yvette. We appreciate that. So that's good news.
Yes,
that
indeed.
is good news. Absolutely.
Trying to see if that popped up on there.
Nope,
Did it pop up?
didn't. Nope.
It probably will. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
There we go.
Thank you, Yvette. We
Yep.
appreciate it. We trying, like we said, we trying new equipment. We trying to get better here with the super chats. We appreciate it. So the screen will look a little bit weird till we get used to it, but we trying to bring you as much information as we can. Thank you so much for understanding.
Yeah. So, thank you for sharing that information, Yvette. That's huge news. So, Yvette, I'm curious. Did they say anything to you about having a test prior to, or was it just simply once you get to the port?
And you know what? That's a good thing. If they're contacting them about that,
Yeah.
that means we're gonna sell.
Yeah,
That's what that means.
Yvette, you just added some extra drama into our lives.
You see the smile on my face?
Listen,
You
that
see the smile
that
Mr.
goes on
Trump's
this
face?
side of the equation over here.
Yes. I really appreciate her. Thank you so much for logging on today. I hope that's good news for us. That means, oh, thank you. She said you guys are great. Thank you so much.
I heard you have to have tests done before 2 tests. Let's see.
Yes. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if we got the little response to that. And then, so yeah, I think that's about it. We're going to wrap it up here in just a moment.
We'll be going live again tomorrow. We hope you're enjoying these live videos. We've been working so hard all week, researching information and bringing it to you. We gave a lot of shots out to small channels that we want to build on, because these small channels call us all the time, and they check on us and they see how we're doing, and we appreciate their business. So in return, we say, go follow those channels. We mentioned a couple channels on this week of people who decided to call us. One day was a really hard day for us on this week, and we got through it, but we couldn't get through it without you. The texts, the calls, the people who was emailing us, all the nice comments, we received each and every one of them. And you know what we did this weekend? We said, you know what? We're going to go to the parks and have some fun this weekend, because we don't dwell on the negative. We just don't do that. So we had a really fun day all weekend, and we hung out with Ashley. She was on our second group cruise. That's a really good friend of mine. She's considering moving here. I hope she do. And so I can have a friend.
All right, so
But we've been really, really enjoying everybody, and I just wanted to say a special thank you to everybody who reached out to us to make us feel better.
all right. So Yvette said no testing required before, so you just need the test at the port. Mask to be worn on board. So that's what they've told Yvette so
Awesome.
far. Thank you for sharing that,
Thank
Yvette.
you so much, Yvette. We appreciate
that.
it.
Very good, very good. Well,
Thank you.
That is extra good news. I'm gonna
was good
I'm gonna go to
news.
sleep with a smile on my face tonight.
Yvette, you the star today. Let's give her a horn for that.
Yes, indeed. Horn.
Horn for Yvette.
Yeah.
She's sharing information we need. Thank you so much, Yvette.
Yeah, absolutely, guys.
Thank you.
And some applause for you too.
And
Right there.
Terrell.
There you go.
Horn for Terrell.
There you go. Horn for Terrell too.
I don't hear it.
Oh, I turned it back off because
Oh, okay.
it'll
Okay.
be an echo.
All All right.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate each and every one of you joining us tonight. If you are looking for a travel agent, please call us. Get in touch with us. If you're looking for a nice, warm channel that'll make you feel better, make you smile, you want to check out The Travelers. That's us. We are the original couple on YouTube who shared our experience on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining us. Anything else, Mr. Traveler?
No, we're all good today. I want to thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening.
Keep talking down below after the video. You can go ahead and keep chatting. Everybody who's chatting down at the bottom, we appreciate you. I think we got a super chat. Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Terrell.
Terrell. We'll give it another.
Thank you so much for that super chat. It goes towards our vision. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. As my mom would say, every red copper matters.
That's absolutely true.
Thank you, Terrell.
All right, everybody.
Join us tomorrow.
So I love this video today. I feel so much better. This is therapy.
Good. This is good.
For us cruise ship lovers.
Yeah, we like the cruise.
We're in therapy together. Do you feel a little better?
I hope so. I hope we made you smile today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And thank you so much for watching.
And coming up very soon, maybe next weekend, my sail away party on Facebook.
Oh, good grief. Stay tuned. It's time to do the wobble. All right.
We'll put it together. All right, everybody. I want to thank you so much for watching.
And thank you for dealing with our new equipment. We cannot test it until we do our video. So thank you so much. It's working out really good.
It is indeed. All right.
Hop
everybody.
over to my beauty channel, ElleKosGlam. I have another video tomorrow.
Hey, and if you have not done so, please join us on Mr. Traveler's Cruise Lovers Group on Facebook. We'll have some good things on there. We like to share pictures and people chit chat and ask questions and all kind of good stuff like that. So,
Absolutely.
all right, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Life's short.
Have fun.
See the world.
See the world.
Bye,
everyone.
guys.